Hi everybody, I'm Renee from Wanna Scrap, and I'm here today to share with you how I put together this warm and fuzzy piece of Christmas decor. And I was inspired by this party hat I'd seen at the Dollar Tree, and so I had to get it, and I'm going to cover it all with fur, and then everything else just started falling together. So I started off by ripping the blue part of the tassel off. I was trying to get both of them off, but the blue one came off super easy. And I'm sure the silver one would have too. However, I found it wasn't going to be any kind of problem with this, with what I was doing with it. So it kind of went with it, and most of it's not even seen anyways. So I'm just taking apart the elastic, taking that off the hat, and I'm also going to glue down the part I ripped there when I was taking off the blue tassels, and where the hat is joined there at the seam. And I will have a list of all the supplies I used in the description box below, so if you want to go ahead and check that first to get started, everything will be listed there. And this was mostly all stuff from my stash. Well, I say mostly, but yeah, it was all from my stash, other than picking up the party hat. So I'm just going ahead and cutting apart the fur here. And I did it in 3 tiers. Now you may be able to do it from top to bottom. This is just the way I chose, and I really liked how it worked out. But I'm sure either way would work out just as fine. Now, in saying that, however, because of the shape, it's a cone shape. When you start off putting the fur, it's like going up and down, like vertically. But as you go along, you're going to see that it starts to form a diagonal. And you'll probably find that too if you did do it from top to bottom. I just wanted to keep it more controlled, where I could kind of see it as it was happening. So this is why I chose to go in these smaller amounts, but it still came together very fast. Cutting the strips was fast. While that's happening, just get the glue gun heating up, and yeah, it didn't take no time at all. And so see, I'm showing here where it's still straight on that other side where I started, but there's that triangle where it's starting to go on that diagonal. So the way I thought to fix it was to put tiny little pieces of fur and keep gradually making them bigger, so I was back level again and I could go straight up and down again. And that's what I'm doing here. I just love this fur. It looks like, reminds me, the smaller pieces remind me of little fuzzy caterpillars, which I used to love to play with when I was a kid. They were my friends. And look at them, don't they? They look like a curled up little caterpillar. They're so cute. I love working with this fur. I have used so much of it in different projects, and I think I'm just finally starting to put a dent in it. So it really does go a long way. And it's a great way to use it up, because at first when I bought it, I really didn't know. I thought for tiny little projects, but then I thought, no, we're gonna go big. Go big or go home, right? So we're just finishing up the bottom here, and I really keep everything brushed aside, because you don't want the layers to fall back on it and get all stuck there. So I just keep brushing them aside every time I lay down another piece of fur, and it's very important during this phase when the edges start to meet again. And you might not even need a full piece to go in, but we will check for all of that at, near the end, and that I will show you that when this is almost done being completed. So yeah, right there I just need a tiny piece, so I'm just holding it apart and just slam it right in there. So now we are starting the second tier. And this part even comes together even faster because you don't have to do such a wide bottom. So and the top got not tricky, but you'll see it. And just continue to go all around. And you can stop this video at any time just to get caught up. But I'm pretty much doing this tier exactly the way I did the bottom tier. You're just going to keep everything spread apart and just assessing the situation and seeing how much you need. And there is a lot of tails like that, and like I said, I'll show you how I went through it and made sure every area was covered. Mind you, it pretty much looks all covered anyways, but I just want to make sure it was fully in there. And everything glued down. And now we're going for the top. So I just cut shorter pieces and I just started at the top and going around. And you're just going to have to fold at least one of those pieces probably up over. Like I still have the tip totally clear there, but I can't remember. It could be where it just filled it all in anyways, because there's just so much fur. So much fur. I love fur. And we're just getting down to the nitty-gritty now. It was such a soft, cuddly project to work on, especially for a cold winter day. It just felt so nice every time I ran my hands through it. It just, just that full, comfortable part of you that comes out. It's just so awesome. And we're just about there. And at the beginning, I just cut a ton of pieces, and I just kind of slowed down when I could see I was coming near the end. So I just kind of estimated how much more I would need, and it's not a problem to cut a couple more as you go along. So I'm just rubbing my hand all over it just to get all the fur bits, and plus I'm finding any kind of bald spots or any parts that did not get glued down. And just getting a lot of the fluff off too from the scissors cutting. Yeah, I don't think I needed to add any more pieces. It was just making sure it was all glued down. So I didn't go over the top. It was enough at the top to make it look full on the top. And I did do a mini styrofoam cone off camera, and but using the exact same method. And I just grabbed this eyelash trim in silver that I had. I had bought it years ago, and I still have so much left. I can never seem to get to the end of it. But I thought it was a perfect addition for this. And I may want to change it out over the years, so that's why I'm just giving it a dab of glue on the top and a dab of glue on the bottom. And I just loosely wound it, tight enough where it was there, held in place, but loose enough in the effect that it was really widely spaced apart. And then I got this brownie pan. It was a small brownie pan that I'd gotten a couple of years ago from the Dollar Tree. I'm sure they still sell them. And I just had some snow left over of this style. So I'm just stuffing it all in. And I was going to do more with the tray, but I was just running out of time and just wanted to get the project done. And I thought it looked really cute on its own anyways. And it was just enough snow to tuck it all around. It was perfect. And then I just grabbed a Nutcracker that I had kicking around for a few years. It's one of the nice old wooden ones too that you were able to get at the Dollar Tree. And then I just threw in some mini presents that I had bought from our local Dollarama. And in the end, I just grabbed a flower that I had kicking around and just stuffed it inside there down in the corner. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you on my YouTube channel family. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye for now.